Why do some people grow 10x faster, while others stay stuck in the same place for years? Same education, same opportunities, sometimes even the same job role, but completely different results. Here's the truth. It's not about intelligence. It's not about hard work. It's about how well you handle change. Because change doesn't come slowly anymore. It hits fast, it hits hard, and it doesn't wait for you to be ready. So if you don't learn how to handle it, you don't just fall behind, you become irrelevant. And today we're breaking down exactly how to stay ahead through change management. First, what is change management? Change management is a structured approach used to help individuals, teams, and organizations transition from their current state to a desired future state smoothly and effectively. In simple words, it's not just about changing systems. It's about how people react to change and how you guide that reaction. Because change itself is not the problem. Resistance to change is. Imagine your company suddenly introduces a new software system. Now what happens? Some employees get excited. Some feel confused. Some completely resist. If no one guides them, trains them, or explains why the change matters, productivity drops, mistakes increase, and frustration spreads. That's exactly where change management steps in. It ensures people understand the why. They are trained for the how, and they feel supported throughout the journey. For example, let's talk about Netflix. Originally, Netflix was a DVD rental business. But when digital streaming started rising, they made a bold decision. Shift completely to online streaming. Now think about this shift. Employees had to learn new systems. Customers had to change their habits. The entire business model changed. If they had forced this change without preparation, they would have failed. But instead, they educated customers, gradually transitioned services, and built strong communication. And today, they dominate the streaming industry. That's the power of effective change management. Second, why change management matters? Today, change is happening faster than ever before. AI is replacing tasks, industries are evolving, skills are becoming outdated. Without change management, people panic or resist, teams become confused, and decisions get delayed. Opportunities are missed. With change management, you stay relevant, you move faster, and you turn uncertainty into advantage. It's the difference between chaos and controlled transformation. It's no longer optional. It's survival. Third, key elements of change management. These are not just steps. These 4 principles are decision-making frameworks that determine success or failure. 1. Understand change. Clarity before action. Before implementing any change, you need to understand what is changing. Why is it changing? Who will be affected? If you don't understand the change, you cannot lead it. Understanding means identifying the real reason behind the change, knowing the risks and opportunities, predicting how people will react. Change is not just external. Every change creates an internal shift, fear, doubt, resistance. If you don't address that, the change will fail from inside, not outside. For example, when Satya Nadella became CEO of Microsoft, he first focused on understanding the company culture. He realized employees were stuck in a know-it-all mindset and innovation was slowing down. So instead of rushing into changes, he first understood the root problem. That's why his transformation worked. 2. Plan change, structure creates stability. Understanding is not enough. You need a clear roadmap because change without planning creates confusion, fear, and resistance. Planning includes what steps to take, when to take them, who will do what. A good plan reduces uncertainty. For example, think about Tesla. Entering the electric vehicle market wasn't easy, but their success came from long-term planning, step-by-step execution, and clear vision. They didn't rush change, they engineered it. And as we're talking about planning and leading change effectively, this is exactly where something like the Leader's Toolkit becomes incredibly relevant. Because knowing change is one thing, leading people through change is another. This toolkit focuses on how to inspire your team when uncertainty is high, how to handle tough conversations without damaging trust, and how to make decisions that people actually follow. And we didn't stop at the ebook. You'll also get a checklist to stay focused during change, a resource cheat sheet for quick problem solving, and a mind map that simplifies complex decisions into one clear view. Simple, actionable, and effective. I've added the link in the description below so you can easily explore it after this video. Now, let's move to the next key element. 3. Communicate change. Clarity builds trust. This is where most leaders fail badly. They assume people will figure it out. No, they won't. People don't resist change. They resist unclear change. Communication should answer, why is this change happening? How will it affect me? And what do I need to do? People don't need perfect answers. They need honest direction. Even saying, we don't have all the answers yet, but here's what we know, builds more trust than silence. For example, when Google introduces internal changes, they focus heavily on transparent communication, open discussions, feedback loops. This reduces resistance and builds trust. 4. Implement change. Execution with adaptability. This is the execution stage, because even the best ideas fail without action. Execution is not about perfection, it's about progress. Most people think implementation is do and finish. Wrong. Implementation is do, learn, adjust, and repeat. The best change strategies are flexible, because reality will never match your plan 100%. Implementation includes training people, supporting them, tracking progress, and adjusting when needed. For example, during the COVID-19 shift to remote work, some companies struggled and others adapted fast. Why? The ones who succeeded trained their teams, set clear systems, and supported employees mentally. That's an effective implementation. 4th, how you can apply change management in your life. Now let's make this personal, because change is not just for companies. It's for you. Every time you face new job role, new boss, new responsibilities, instead of resisting, ask, what can I learn here? And how can I adapt faster? Because you are dealing with change. And if you don't manage it, you'll feel overwhelmed. Step-by-step personal change formula. Pause and understand. Don't react immediately. Accept that change is happening. Think long-term. How does this change help you grow? Change is not a threat. It's an opportunity. Learn fast. Upgrade your skills quickly. New situation equal new skills required. Take action early. Don't wait for perfection. Start adapting. Stay mentally strong. Change tests patience more than skill. Don't quit halfway. Change rewards persistence. If you want to get better at handling change, start exposing yourself to new situations. Learn continuously. Build emotional intelligence. Observe how successful people adapt and practice decision-making. And most importantly, take responsibility instead of avoiding change. Positive impact of change management. When you master this skill, you become confident in uncertainty, you make better decisions under pressure, you grow faster than others, while others struggle, you evolve. Importance of change management. 1. Reduces resistance. People feel involved, not forced. 2. Improves productivity. Less confusion equal better performance. 3. Protects momentum. Without it, progress stops during change. 4. Builds strong leadership. Leaders who manage change lead growth. 5. Ensures long-term success. Organizations that adapt survive. Here's something most people don't realize. Change is not optional anymore. Technology is evolving. Industries are shifting. Skills are becoming outdated. So the real question is, are you managing change, or is change controlling you? Change management is not just a business concept. It's a life skill. Because at the end of the day, same change, same situation, same opportunity. But a different mindset creates completely different results. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants growth. But very few are willing to adapt. Because the truth is, change doesn't break you. It reveals how strong you really are. If you understood this, don't just watch it, apply it. Because knowledge doesn't change your life. Execution does. Thanks for watching. Check out our next video on You're Trying to Get Promoted the Wrong Way and It's Keeping You Replaceable. Click here to watch it next.